I am feeling late. Yes. Hi, Kentish. Hello there. Hi, Africa. Banana. Take care. Let me see if I can see. Let me see if I can see everything there. Yes. This is just my from forehead. Nice. Let's get one. Everything okay to share it too long? No, no, them they over Canada. Yeah. For messenger. Hmm? For messenger from the messenger. Alright, wait long now, so you need to get started. Hold on. Semua pada one time. That's really a lot. Agak sila aming sweet. Alright, good morning everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. So we had a lot of technical difficulties. We had a lot of technical difficulties just now, but we are good. So sorry for the delay, guys. Sorry for the delay. So we're on. Excellent. Oh yes. So I want to say good morning to you. Thank you so much for joining us. Why am I sweating? Oh my god. Just did a lot of work. Just did a lot. Yes, so It is so good to be here with you again to share with you. We are like 8 minutes in. Sorry for the delay again. So it is another morning meds. Yes. And we will be continuing our story with the account of um Rachel, Leah, Jacob, Laban on Genesis 29. And we know that we are doing this series, the labor for love. Yes, the labor for love. And this is part two of a four-part series. So those who were here on Monday morning would have experienced the part one. And part one spoke of the fact that love is what? The conquest. Love isn't a conquest. It's a what? You forget. Oh, somebody there can remind me. So love is not a conquest. It is a conduct. Yes. So love is not a conquest. It's a conduct, or the love is a conduct and not a conquest. So those who are yes, I see some persons are helping me there. It's a conduct. Thank you for joining. Yes. So thank you for joining for those who are on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. So I want to thank as well because I recognize persons have been subscribing. I want to thank all the new subscribers. Thank you so much for subscribing. And I hope you'll share this live. Yes, please go ahead. Pause whatever you're doing right now and just share this live. Hit that share button, whether you're either of the three platforms. Share this live. Let us share the love. Share what you're gonna learn, and don't keep for yourselves. Don't be too greedy and take everything for yourself. So we're gonna continue today. So the first principle we laid down that love is a conduct and not a conquest. So the second principle this morning is love is a commitment, not a ceremony. Very interesting words. They're all C's, yes. And those who love me know me very well will know that I love alliterations. So love is a commitment, not a ceremony. What do we mean by that? Commitment means faithfulness to your spouses. It is more than just a marriage. It is a commitment, and we will share further on this. But I want to open this morning with some stats. Yes, some stats are some things that some psychologists said. There was a research done in 2012 by some psychologists, and I have to do my research and so I can share with you. Um, UCLA psychology says there's a big difference between liking being married and doing the tough work to preserve a relationship. This is what the experts say. Um, they ask the question, what does it mean to be committed to your marriage? And what does it really mean? These psychologists answer this question in a study that they did. They did it on 172 married couples over the first 11 years of their marriage. According to them, when people say I'm committed to my relationship, they can mean two things. One one thing they can mean is I really like this relationship and I want it to continue. However, commitment is more than just that. A deeper level of commitment, according to the psychologist, says it is much better, or it is a much better predictor of lower divorce rates and fewer problems in marriage. So a deeper level of commitment, the psychologist reports, is a much better predictor of lower divorce rates and fewer problems in marriage. So that's from the experts. I also want to share with you a rhyme. I don't know what to coin it. A Chinese rhyme according to marriage and love and marriage and commitment. According to this Chinese proverb, love is holding hands in the street. Marriage is holding arguments in the street. Love is dinner for two in your favorite restaurant. Marriage is a Chinese stakeout. Love is cuddling on a sofa. Love Marriage is deciding on a sofa. Love is talking about children. Marriage is talking about getting away from children. Love is going to bed early, while marriage is going to sleep early. Love is a romantic drive. Marriage is a tarmac drive. Love is losing your appetite. Marriage is losing your figure. Love is sweet, nothing in the air. Marriage is sweet, nothing in the bank. Love is a flickering flame, while marriage is a flickering television. Love is one drink and two straws, while marriage is don't you think that you've had enough? So that's from the Chinese rhyme. You wanna give them a little continue of the story?
Okay.
The Genesis account story.
All right. Right. So we were talking about Jacob,
Mhm.
Rachel, Laban, and Leah.
Yeah.
Right. So in the story, Jacob loved Rachel and offered to work 7 years for her father, Laban, in exchange for her hand in marriage. But Jacob, the deceiver, was about to be deceived.
Mhm.
Laban conspired to give Jacob not only 7 more years of labor under Laban, but but two wives who were become caught up in a jealousy childbearing
And that is
competition.
that is so true.
Yes. Jacob's decision to follow through with his pursuit of love demonstrate a great level of commitment. Jacob's commitment to Rachel passed the test of time, errors, and even in-laws. Rachel the shepherdess was a unique woman, inspiring the rich and spoiled Jacob to work was a goal, a test, a miracle, which Jacob passed with flying colors. He had a serious commitment to
Yeah,
Rachel.
that really spoke to commitment. I mean, and you will see this story going forward that it wasn't just for 7 years. It was for
14.
14 years, and I think we'll get to that a little bit later. But it is interesting that waiting for the working for the right of her hand in marriage was pure joy. It was never a torture to him. He saw it as a pleasure, as a joy to work for Rachel. Um, it was almost like nothing was too much to pay. There was not enough labor for him to work for this lady. He basically told himself that he was going to endure the hardship. He was going to endure everything because he loved Rachel. Jacob loved Rachel so much that he even got along with his father-in-law. He positioned himself, I mean, as a potential son-in-law and married himself into the family. He just, you know, he told himself that he was going to do everything possible to win over Rachel, you know. And so the Bible allows us to understand that Rachel was extremely beautiful, and I want us to notice that because the Bible speaks highly of Rachel being beautiful. I mean, in so much that in comparison to other females in the Bible, and they would be like Sarai, Rachel herself. Abigail, in I think in First Samuel, and then there were two Tamars in Second Samuel as well, and then there would be Abishag in Kings, and then Esther. All of these women were beautiful, but there was something significant about Rachel, you know. And when we look at the background understanding, even deeper understanding within the Hebrew language, she was the only one qualified or classified to be beautiful and even more beautiful, because um in the Hebrew language, the text describes her as a beautiful figure and beautiful in appearance. And so she had a insurmountable characteristics when it came onto her beauty, far above any other female in the Bible. When it comes on to Esther, Abigail, Abishag, the Tamars, other females in the Bible, the scripture the scripture makes it clear that Rachel was beautiful. So I'm thinking that Jacob was really attracted to her, but I could almost imagine him working overtime to win her over. He would have found a deeper inner qualities in Rachel. She was the most beautiful among all creatures, and so I would almost imagine, she finding or he finding um, that there were so much more to Rachel than what meets the eye, and they were good quality.
Right. I
Qualities.
guess because of her beauty, he get attracted. But for him to work 7 years
Mhm.
and with her there more to her because her beauty alone wouldn't try to
Mhm.
keep him coming more and more. I said, I want to spend another 7 years for her. So I don't think it was just her beauty alone.
Mhm.
Probably there was an inner beauty.
Mhm. Yeah, I'm thinking about the fact that she was a shepherdess.
Yes.
She was very industrious.
Very caring as well.
Yes, and I mean, feeding or taking care of sheep is not an easy job. It's not an easy feat because sheep they are tend to be very stubborn. They tend to be very um very stubborn in being led, and so I think that the fact that Rachel was a shepherdess, it took a lot of courage, it took a lot of patience, it took a lot of care to take care of sheep, etc.
Right.
So we see throughout this story the depth of it. So the physical attraction was there, but I could almost imagine there was more to it than what meets the eye.
I believe
So
so too.
one of the questions, and one of the things we want to wrestle with this morning is the world matter better or for worse. Um, a lot of times people get married and we hear the declarations and we hear the pronouncement for better or for worse, and they say I do and I will, but they often look at the better, but they don't consider the worse.
That's so true.
They often look at the better and all the good things that is going to happen in the marriage, and they can commit to all the goodness of the marriage, but they don't consider or they don't give attention to the worst of times. Sometimes sickness will come, change of hearts, change of mind, you know, and all of those things that is unplanned, uncertain, you know, and so for better or for, is it really for better or for worse? Are you really in this for better or for worse? Are you only in it for the better, but not? But as soon as the worst comes, you want to get up and run. So, with that said, we want to share um
Commitments.
10 commitments So I want to share 10 commitments and I hope you'll get them down. So commitment number one,
Commitment is not a ceremony.
commitment is more than a ceremony. We often get hyped up about the marriage. Well, the wedding,
The
sorry.
wedding. Yeah.
We often get hyped up about the wedding, but not the marriage. So you find that the female would get the intro that her dress is so beautiful,
All
the
dolled up.
rings all dolled up.
Yes.
The man is well decked out, 3-piece suit and all, big $1 million wedding, and invite 500 people and all of those things. So they're prepared for the wedding,
Right.
but the go ahead.
And nothing is wrong with that.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing is wrong with that. But they are prepared for the ceremony. But how prepared are they for the marriage?
Yes.
How prepared are they to after everyone is gone and the
Mhm.
camera light is off? How prepared are you to live that life?
Yeah, yeah, because it is of a truth that if it's especially for young people, we are so hyped up about getting married, having our glow day, having all that we ever wanted and longed for, and then the day comes and the day goes, and then the real deal starts, and that is the marriage. So commitment is more than a ceremony. That is the first commitment I want to share to you. Commitment is more than a ceremony. Two,
Commitment requires sacrifice.
commitment requires sacrifice.
Sacrifice.
And this is the one that we don't want to hear. Nobody wants to sacrifice anything, you know. But we have learned in being married for 5 years and being together for 8
Mhm.
that commitment requires sacrifice. And one of the especially for me, where it comes down to time, I had to give up a lot of my time for this relationship, you know, and I could almost imagine similarly.
Yes. A
Um,
lot of time.
yeah, it can be relationship, marriage. It is said that it is a second job, but perhaps it is a first job. Instead of a second job, it's a first job because it is so consuming, and for you to get much out of your marriage, it will take a lot of time. It will take a lot of patience. It will take a lot of endurance. And so, commitment requires sacrifice. And the third one is
Commitment requires compromise.
this is another one we don't want to hear. We don't like to hear compromising. What do you apply yourself to this?
I have to compromise. I have to compromise knowing that I like something and Kurt like something different. Say I like curry and Kurt like brown stew or baked chicken.
Yes.
But if I get curried like last week or this week, then I can go ahead and do bake this week. So it's not always what I want. I try to compromise to ensure that he gets
Okay.
he gets what he wants as well. He gets what he loves as well. And I compromise my time or my likings to ensure that he able to get his as well.
Yeah. And for males, sometimes we always want to be the lead. Yeah, we're born leaders as males, and we were given a mandate to be the priest, to lead the home, etc. And so sometimes that can get to our head. Yes, this can get to our head, and we are now, instead of appreciating her, we're left manhandling. We're manhandling the relationship instead. And so um the challenge is for us as males. We have to give away our pride sometimes. We come down from being proud, and we have to relinquish our will, relinquish our egos, because oh God, we are full of it. We are full of our egos, and But you cannot substitute your ego for the betterment of your marriage. I would encourage you and challenge the males, whether you're single or you're looking to date or you're in a marriage. Um, um, Perhaps the struggle that you're experiencing in your marriage is that you need to compromise. Yeah, give and take.
Give and take.
Give and take.
Yes.
And the fourth one,
Okay. The fourth one is commitment requires date nights.
no, this is a fact.
Yes.
Commitment requires date nights. You cannot be continuing with the mundane, the same old, same old, same old. You're conventional, you're traditional, you're just always stuck in yesterday, in everything, whether it be being at home, eating the same thing, going to the same place, doing everything the same way. That can be very monotonous. That can be very stale, and for anyone that who is that any relationship that is very thriving and expect great things, it can be very repugnant. And so the responsibility then therefore is for the couples to recognize that we can't be um always the same way.
Right. We need time alone
Mhm.
and time to go and enjoy some things,
Different.
even to have a walk,
Mhm.
to go on a walk, and an
Mhm.
evening walk or a morning walk, or go to the movies and things like those.
Mhm. Yeah.
You need
Yeah.
to have date nights.
Date nights. It doesn't matter. People, or this is even this is conventional. People think that date nights has to be going to a restaurant.
Right.
That is so conventional, and everybody know that. Um, but date night does not have to be going to a restaurant. It can be going to the beach. It can be playing a game that you've never played before. It can be going to look for some family members, some friends. It can be anything that you don't normally or you don't usually do. So be different. Come out of the box. It doesn't have to always be chicken. Doesn't have to always have to be that same place or doing the same thing. Do something different. Spontaneity is very important. And the fifth one is,
Commitment requires spur of the moments.
I guess this comes in again with the fourth one about date nights. This problem moment, but it is particular, or it is different in this sense. Um, it is almost you become unpredictable, being eccentric, and I think I tend to think that I am very eccentric. I'm very unpredictable.
Yes.
Um, you know, this is her. She'll be at home, and she'll be nothing moves her. She's just calm, and she's just no noise, no sound, no, just laid back, just quiet, and and just like that. Me now, when I see that, I'm gonna make noise. I'm gonna do things. I'm gonna and I'm gonna do everything to
Mr.
break,
Excited.
yeah, to break the mold of the stillness. Too much stillness is not good. They always hear that anytime I see still water, either deep or
Stagnant.
something or stagnant, good. You know, Too much stillness not good. So me, with my personality, I will just, the craziest thing, just do. I would always say dotishness. I will just behave very dotish, very foolish, just to make her laugh, I mean, cook together, do strange things together, be adventurous. Yes, be adventurous. Yes, do not continue with the same. Next.
Right. All right. Commitment requires prioritizing.
What is priority for you as in a marriage? Um, what is priority for us? Um, Family.
Family.
Um, Prioritize. Um, ensure that we are budgeting.
Oh yes.
Yeah, prioritize. Commitment requires prioritizing. You guys, you have to get that. And I had to learn that the hard way in one sense. Prioritizing really, when it comes down to being practical, it means sometimes, gentlemen, you will not always get to go to play the football. You will, for me, who love cricket, you will not always get to go and play cricket. You will not always get to go ahead and hang out with your buddies. You know, you have to prioritize that your marriage is first. Your marriage is number one. And so, if there's something off in the marriage, as the man, as the man, as the priest, as the husband, the responsibility is on you to ensure that everything is, worked out and thing. How do you prioritize food?
Me, prioritize ensuring that you are happy,
Yes.
ensuring that my home
Hmm.
is a comfortable place,
True.
right? A piece of heaven. That means when the world out there are getting mad, and once you come home, it's just a piece of calm and peace, and it's just heaven, right? So I ensure that my family is always comfortable, happy, well fed.
That is what the man them want hear. Let me tell you guys, the king of the house wants to know that when they come home to them, what you call it? When the lion come home to them in a cave, they want to know, say everything copacetic, everything set. When a king goes in, when a lion goes into its lair, it wants to know that he's the king of the lair, he's the king of the forest, he's the king of the, and he's at home, he can relax, he can de-stress, and thing. And so, guys, gentlemen, I call on you again. But I'm challenging you. Ensure that you do your part. I have witnessed this. That if I do my part, then the next side and her part is gonna be set. Because the Bible did say that husband love your wives, right?
Right.
And so in loving your wives, ensure that you prioritize. The next one.
Commitment requires faithfulness.
No, this is a big one. And this is where you can encroach God's word. You can just go haywire on what God requires for us. You know, faithfulness in marriage. It goes without saying. Faithfulness in marriage is like, you guys, you have to ensure that you're faithful to your spouse. You're not only just faithful by not going outside the marriage, but faithful in other areas as well. That will that will be a great benefit for the relationship. So be faithful. I've learned that it is what you pour into the marriage that you will get out of it. And so if you pour in the marriage wholesomeness, good things, I mean, all everything that is beneficial to the marriage, you'll experience it. And so good deeds, and you'll experience a good marriage.
Right.
Yeah, that's all.
Commitment requires forgiveness. A holy bite. Forgiveness.
This is like a holy one.
Forgiveness.
Well, what can you say about forgiveness?
Forgiveness is the key. Man, there's so much things gonna happen, and it's not like the other party wants to hurt you. No, it's not like they want to hurt you. But things are gonna happen. Words are going to be said, and some things are just going to happen that you have to forgive. And if you don't forgive the person, then you find out that the marriage will not strive because you have to forgive so the atmosphere can be free, because if you don't forgive, you're going to be angry at him, or you're going to be tense, but you have to forgive so you can go on. There was something that I learned before, that try to forgive the person for things that they have not yet done.
Wow.
So I always try to have that in my heart. Forgive him for the things that he has not yet done.
That's a deep one, guys.
So
This is so true.
forgiveness is the key.
Yeah.
If you want a
Um.
happy marriage, a long-lasting marriage, a marriage that is full of love, peace, and joy, forgive, forgive, forgive.
Yeah. That's a deep one. Dr. Barry Davidson, a family counselor, accounting, and I've learned that through Dr. Barry Davidson. Um, Oftentimes, when married couples experience issues in a relationship, they always point fingers at each other. But we have learned that through Dr. Davidson's words, instead of pointing fingers at each other, point to the situation, point to the root of the issue. Oftentimes, we because in the heat of everything, we think that the issue is the person. No, the issue is not the person. Go to the root of the problem. Where did it come from? Where did it start? What brought this up? What caused the friction? What caused the issues between you guys? What caused the contention? What caused the argument? What caused the fight? What caused the disunity? So if it is one being unfaithful, look on the situation, deal with it. If one of you guys told a lie, speak to the lie, speak to the fact how detrimental a lie is. Speak to the lie in various realms and dynamics and deal with it. Unearth the lie. I mean, I'm just using this as an example, but I'm sure everyone can understand and apply it to other areas. So speak to the circumstance, not so much to the person. The moment when you begin now to speak to the person, you are becoming very personal, and now you can belittle the person's character and who they really are. If they made a slip up, speak to the slip up. If they made a mistake, speak to the mistake, the action, the practice, the habit of the situation, and not so much the person. For more than one reason, it can be more feasible to rectify a situation or a conflict that way than pointing fingers at the person. You get what I'm saying? Like calling out the person and basically saying you're this and you're that. Do not speak to the character of the person. Speak to the issue, and then you work your way up. But oftentimes you run to the person and say you did this and you did. How can you say that? No, speak to what was said, how hurtful it was, and the effects of what was said, and then you'll find the latitude to know to deal with other issues.
Right. Commitment requires an unconditional love.
This is almost go without saying again. Commitment requires unconditional love. You cannot marry somebody that you don't love. You cannot date somebody that you don't love. Um, the fact that you are marrying a person must be that you love them unconditionally. You know. Um, so ensure that the love is true. Ensure that the love is authentic. Is that anything? The last one.
Right. The 10th and final one. Commitment requires God. The Holy Spirit.
Commitment
The
with
Holy
God.
Spirit, yes.
Take on this one.
Take on this one. Forever since I always used to say, what keeps us going? What is the thing that's joined us? What is it? What is it? And I always said that God is the glue that keep us together. So we are here. I am here. He's there. But the glue that's keeping us together is God, the Holy Ghost.
So let the Holy Spirit be the centerpiece of the civilization of your marriage. Let the Holy Spirit be the epic center of your marriage. Let the Holy Spirit be the glue of your marriage.
That keep you together.
That will keep you together. And I mean, I have a glue in my desk here. It's a shoe glue, and one of my watches broke recently, and I was trying to ensure that I use the glue to get it back together. And I mean, I was pouring out the glue on the thing and trying to put it back together, put back the handband. And by the time I know it, my fingers start get sticky. And by the time I go like this, my fingers were together. You know, that's how the Holy Spirit works in marriage. If you give your relationship to Him, if you give your marriage to Him, that's how He works. He will glue your marriage together. You feel like it's going apart, but you'll glue it together. Oh my God, we're over our time. Say
Very
the last
much
thing.
over. Very much over our
Closing
time.
words. Go ahead, Boo. Yeah,
Closing words. Well, I want to say to all the single Christians, especially young ladies, do not settle for less just because you feel lonely. Do not be okay with low efforts just because you are pressured to be in a relationship. You will get the love that you deserve in God's perfect timing. Pray for genuine love and do not rush anything. True love waits.
Yeah, true. So true. True love waits, and that's it, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. So you learned our second principle this morning, and the laboring for love. The laboring for love. Love is a conduct and not a conquest. That's the first principle. The second principle is love is a commitment, not a ceremony. Yes, love is a commitment, not a ceremony. Please get them if you want the 10 commitments that we shared. You can, well, I'll just put them in the link below, and also you will see other helps tips in the description below, as well as these 10 commitments. So please go ahead and check out the description bar, and you will see the um all the information that we said just now. Okay. All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for joining us here on Morning Meds. We have gone over our time. Oh my God, this is the longest I've gone. During the week, Morning Meds. You can't see,
Not that I mean talking about love is powerful, so it go over time.
Oh my God, talking about love, it's just. Well, thank you, guys. Thank you so much for joining us here on Morning Meds. Please, please, please share this live and comment, share, like, and don't forget to subscribe. Please, if you're on live right now on Facebook, Instagram, or you are streaming on YouTube and you have not subscribed, please stop what you're doing right now. Go on over to my YouTube channel. Go on YouTube, type in my name, Kurt Bowen, KurtBowen. Type in my name on YouTube right now. Whatever you're doing, just type my name on YouTube right now and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please, I beg you. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you to all those who have subscribed thus far. Um, I think we're at 259. So since Monday,
Good stuff.
we have had several persons subscribe. I think we're at 240 on Monday, and we're at 259 today. When I checked. So thank you so much for subscribing, guys. Please share with the family members. Share with somebody. Somebody just said, Judy, thank you for letting us know we're at 260 now. Thank you so much. All right, thank you, guys. I usually big up some persons. Somebody said marital satisfaction depends to a large measure on the way the couple deals with conflict, as well as the way to resolve their differences. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for that. Thank you, guys. Thank you to those who join on Instagram. I'm seeing all the love, seeing all the hearts. Thank you. Somebody said that we're the couple of the century. I don't know about that. Some person might just contend with us. But thank you to all those who are on Facebook. All right, guys. Have a wonderful day. Have a great day. Have a blessed day. All right, guys. I feel like I just do a word for word. Next time.
Loves all of you. Oh my God.
All right, so somebody's asking what time do we normally come on. So, guys, morning meds is always Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7 a.m. And then on Saturday, it is 9 a.m. So please be aware, morning meds is always 7 a.m. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And on Saturday, it is 9 a.m. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. Have a blessed day. And hope that all the relationships work, all the marriages work. God bless you. Be committed to your marriage.
Be blessed.